Okay, so it's looking like it's picking me up. Chris, can I get a little bit of test from you, sir?
Wiener, 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 wiener.
I think, that's staying. Luke? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners from Ireland and across the world, breaking news, this just in. It's the April news edition of the Gifted Gaming Podcast. What's up, everybody? It's me, your host, Darren Wade. I nailed the intro this time around.
First time. Yeah.
First
There's
time.
definitely no retakes.
So I'm today joined by, of course, the anchor team supreme, Luke, Mixer Xbox Games Pass himself, Maycock. Oof, almost stumbled over that one. And, of course, the console-hating, PC-playing, lore-seeking, full-time Canadian himself, Chris Robbins. How are you guys?
Tired.
Fair. I mean, it is. It's a Sunday. I shouldn't say that. Well, we record these things as close to live as possible. But yeah, it's a rest day. We should be resting.
Yeah.
I feel great. I'm a good fan.
Fuck you too.
I feel great. I feel full of energy.
Yeah.
Ask me in a week. That will not be my answer.
Oh, you've got a tough week of deadlines, Luke, right?
Yeah, deadline in animation land, deadline week. But no, right now I feel fantastic. 10 out of 10. I'm going to relish in it. I'm going to enjoy my energy while I have it.
Have you been playing anything of late, Luke?
That's a great question.
Watching anything even? I know Craig doesn't like to deviate from video games, but he's not here right now, so we can talk about whatever the hell we want.
I started watching Fallout.
It's fantastic,
which isn't deviating from video games, I would argue.
No, you're in there.
I'm only 3 episodes in. I'm not super in love with it.
Really?
Yeah,
So
it hasn't grabbed me.
I watched it and finished it, and I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, kind of like you were at, and I was like, this is kind of wacky and fun, but it's not doing a whole lot for me.
So is Fallout. Fallout had
Yeah,
that.
but which is great for the video game. It wasn't selling me so much as a TV show, but then the intrigue begins to come in, Luke, and it got a lot better for me as the show went on. The intrigue was good.
There's a couple of plot points that I'm like, I'm interested to see where they go for sure, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to finish it because enough people have told me that it's excellent that I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic, and they have a lot of storylines going on in tandem, and usually when that happens in a show, there's always one that I'm just like, I don't care about this. Get back to X character because I want to know what they're up to.
Totally.
This show, I loved everyone's little part they played.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
The ghoul is...
Oh, the ghoul is great.
The ghoul is great.
Yeah.
The ghoul is great. I won't say anything because it's incredible. Like I think his storyline in the show is my favorite.
Sweet. That's most of what I'm doing though. That's it for me.
Nice. Yeah. Chris, what about you?
Juggling a bunch of things actually. I've been playing a bit of Doom here, not enough because I want to get through all of those because I think we're planning on doing an episode at some point
on Doom stuff.
So I need to catch up with that, but I've been playing a lot of another game called Necess. It's like a kind of like a very Stardew / Terraria-esque. It's
cool.
like you got your farming and it's like a colony sim and then you're dungeon diving. Pretty good. Yeah, that's been occupying a lot of my time. Other than that, girlfriend has never seen Game of Thrones, so we started watching that.
What a trip she's about to go on.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And I've been listening to the audiobook while I'm in doing my workouts at the same time, trying to keep as much pace with where we're at in the show as possible. And it's pretty interesting way to compare the two.
Because I've never read the books, but a lot of people would say that the show, for the most part, up until it gets a bit lazy, it takes a lot of liberties, but they're good choices based on.
Yeah. There's some liberty, in the book, in the first fight between the North and the Lannisters, by the riverbend, Tyrion's actually in that fight, and he kills a Northman himself. But in the show, he just gets knocked out immediately. He's never in the fight, which I kind of in the book it's exciting, but seeing Peter Dinklage throw down on a fight like that might kind of be a bit hard to believe.
Undermine his performance, maybe, or how he's portraying the character.
Yeah, I get that one. I was playing Doom 64. I finished it. It's a really hard game. It's really hard. But I know, Chris, you were questioning my choice to start with Doom 64. But in my explanation, because I was looking at online about people talking about the various Doom games, and they said Doom 64 is interesting because it's very atmospheric. There's very little music in Doom 64. The way the Doom music is kind of bit metal, bit like heavy or whatever. I was interested in playing this one to kind of start me off, you know, and get the ambiance of Doom, and then crack into the other ones. But I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was so hard, and I kept. It was funny. I kept forgetting to save because it was. It's an old game, but there is options to save because it's on the PS. I think it was like a PS3 or PS4 port that I was able to play. So I kept forgetting to save. But it would give you.
I you were going to say it was like a PS3, PS4 game. I was like, Doom 64.
Darren.
Okay, Darren.
I don't think that's what you're playing.
Whatever you say.
But I kept losing, but I was never saving. So the first 3 or 4 levels, I kept having to repeat. But of course, they give you like a password. You know, when you finish a level, classic password. Well, so I started screenshot that. It was really fun. I never saved it. I just started doing it like I screenshotted my passwords. You know, when I finished the level, I was like, screenshot this, and had a little collection of screenshots. Like when I was a kid, I think I mentioned this before, we had a little green notebook of all the cheat codes of all the games we played. So now I have a little screenshot folder of all my little Doom 64 passwords to play through the game. It was good, but like, yeah, I mean, it's old game. Game's old. Old game's old.
It is. You should jump straight into like Doom 1 and Doom 2 now.
I started playing Doom on, I keep forgetting what it's called, but that Game Boy thing that you put me on to, Luke. The collection of games on it.
Yeah, I think you've the Anerbic or something.
Yes, that's the one I have, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Wait, you have Doom on that? Like Doom?
Just Doom 1.
Is it, what's the emulator you're playing it on? Is it PlayStation 1? Or?
It is, good question. It's on a couple of the emulators. It is on a PS1. I think I'm playing it on the PS1 emulator, but when I was going through all the different things, it's on 1 or 2 other things as well in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a Game Boy Advance. There's like Doom Advance as well. But I was like, that's probably not. I'm probably deviating from what I should be playing if I'm.
That's it. It's kind of like to get the true Doom kind of thing. You have to get like an MS DOS port, but that's usually something separate you have to set up on your emulator in like ports. It's not hard to do, but it's just an extra step.
Okay.
But yeah, playing the PlayStation 1 port. No, it's great. I'm doing it on Steam. I'm also playing Doom right now. Or I played Doom 1.
Yeah, is it us 3 doing the episode?
Well, it's actually you, me, and Andrew, Chris, are meant to be doing it. But I'm like, Luke's catching on. He's got the Doom bug, so he might not.
I thought it was the 3 of us from the get-go. But yeah, no, Andrew's cool too.
Depends on when we do it. If we do it,
I'll be a bit down the line because I do want to get because these early Dooms are fun, but I want to get my teeth sunk into like Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 and stuff as well.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, well then maybe revisit it closer to the time and we'll see. Because I do love Doom. I have a history with Doom. Me and my sister used to play Doom when we were like 7 years old. And obviously we were shy at it. But playing it now, I ran into you, Chris, just outside the apartment.
Yeah, we were playing it completely different.
Yeah.
You're like, I beat it in 40 minutes. I was like, oh God, man, it takes me like 40 minutes just to get all the secrets in the first level.
Yeah, no, man.
I
bet the game on my first sit through. It was like so fucking fun as well.
Yeah.
And so now I've Doom 2 queued up, ready to go, and I want to get a couple of WADs. Like I want to get some of the more recent maps. Yeah, I'm into it.
Nice.
Doom is fun as hell, man.
We'll get there. But this isn't an episode for Doom, gentlemen.
Yeah. Let's not blow through all that content.
So we'll kick off with our first news article because we are looking back at April's news. And this first one is that the Knights of the Republic remake is alive and well. I almost forgot what KOTOR stood for there. This one comes from Ed Nightingale at Eurogamer. So Knights of the Old Republic remake is still, quote, alive and well, said Saber Interactive boss Matthew Karch, despite the company's split from Embracer. There have been plenty of rumours about the status of the game, particularly after publisher Embracer recently sold off its Saber assets for $247 million. However, Karch confirmed to IGN the game is still in active development. Quote, it's clear and it's obvious that we're working on this, he said. It's been in the press numerous times. What I will say is that the game is alive and well, and we're dedicated to making sure we exceed consumer expectations, end quote. After the remake's initial announcement in 2021 and 3 years of development at Aspire, its development seemed to be in jeopardy after reports it had been, quote, delayed indefinitely. More recently, sources said the game was still being worked on and the game was still listed in Embracer's forthcoming games in its most recent financial report. After Saber's split with Embracer, it confirmed a number of titles remained in development. Now it's confirmed KOTOR Remake is one such game. The Star Wars RPG was originally released in 2003 and developed by BioWare. It's since become a beloved classic and has been re-released multiple times since, including on Switch in 2021. So my questions to you, gentlemen, is the game likely to be finished?
I bet you there was just some cold feet because Star Wars had a pretty big flop recently, didn't they? And they got fucking shredded. The Battlefront. The Star Wars
Battlefront collection. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I bet you somebody just like went panic mode and just like, oh, let's not fuck with Star Wars.
Maybe. Yeah, there's some kind of thing that happens with Star Wars properties where they get panned very easily. Like if they were critically received poorly, they just get destroyed in reviews. But if they're a decent game, people are like, yeah, it's
nerds,
good.
man. We're passionate.
Yeah, real passionate nerds.
Especially Star Wars nerds.
That's
like,
it.
You know, they were a different kettle of fish. I think my worry for it is that it, like, the whole idea of like exceeding consumer expectations. It was like, I just don't think you're going to do that in a remake of a game that was as beloved and large and full of lore as that one was. And it's not the OG BioWare team. You know they're going to make changes. You know there's going to be probably fucking
Changes can be good though, man. I'm all for changes.
They can. My fear with KOTOR specifically is that the original game was really tied into the limitations of the console at the time, because it was such a big game that like the battle system and everything like that was very honed in around what the systems back then were able to produce, and that created a very specific feel to the game. I feel like if you do a remake and you mess around with that feel, you're going to lose a lot of that spark.
It's like the Shadow of the Colossus thing,
yeah,
right?
it's exact same.
The limitations actually
they were
helped them develop a better game.
Yeah,
with the atmosphere.
That's 100% it, Chris.
The only problem is that when you remake that, because I loved the Shadow of the Colossus one that was done by Blue Point. I think that was an amazing looking game, but it was when you play a game that looks that modern and feels that clunky, it's very off-putting.
It's jarring.
Yeah, it's really jarring. Yeah.
Same thing they did with because it was Blue Point that did Demon's Souls.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they really all they did is like overhaul like the graphics, and they left I think everything intact for the original gameplay.
I think that's Blue Point's modus operandi, isn't it?
Yeah. They just don't fuck with the game. They just do facelift on it, and they do a very good job of it. But sometimes, there is a kind of those old, especially a Souls game. Like they're clunky. I mean, I love them, but they're
your interaction with the mechanics is such a massive part of the game as well. And I think an example of a studio that, would you call them a studio, that did this really well was recently was the Super Mario RPG remake. It is like completely beautified and it's completely prettified, and it is the exact same game as the original. Like no part of the gameplay has changed, no part of how it's viewed has changed. Just the art style and the kind of feel of the menus and everything.
They completed backgrounds in it, and I think they made it like a little bit more, what would you say, like fluid. Like it just plays better, but it is, as you said, the exact same game. And I think it's easier for them to do something like that with a game like Mario RPG. Whereas when you've got KOTOR, with the battle system, all that kind of stuff, has to be revamped.
They did it with Halo. Like you click the button, and
it
just shows you what the game would actually look like if you're playing the original Xbox. They did it with the Diablo 2 remaster too. Yeah, there's a one button click, and it just like
switches back to the OG game.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's a really cool technique.
Wild, man.
It's showing off in such a big way. Yeah. It's awesome. No, yeah, I think like it can be, and like again, Darren, you are very familiar. Like Final Fantasy VII, obviously a very beloved property. They did a remake, and it was fire. It was fire, and it was nothing like the original.
And this is and I guess that's
is the remake versus remaster.
But this is like the KOTOR is a remake, and like I said, if you can wrestle with the fact that it is a remake and that things can change and will be different, and if you still love and can play, I mean, I can still play the OG Final Fantasy VII. Like if I want the true Final Fantasy VII story, it's there, it exists, it's ported to oblivion. I can play it on so many different things. So I'm not complaining about some of the choices that they made with the remake that I wouldn't have necessarily agreed with, because all I have to say is, well, if I want what I love so much, I'll just go back and play the original. I hope the same exists with KOTOR, because like I said, a port on the Switch as recently as 2021 is ideal. You know, you can still play that OG game. Do you think, my other question that I had written down here is, a game like KOTOR, do you think it could ever exceed, because we're talking about like Star Wars nerds, do you think it could ever exceed expectations of the consumer?
Yeah, I think
maybe not for Star Wars nerds, but I think they could do a good job of like bringing a lot of newbies to the franchise.
True. Yeah.
Nobody really cares about Star Wars anymore. So.
They've just ruined it. Did you see, and I know this is going off topic, but did you see the trailer for the new TV show they have coming out called Acolyte?
No.
That looks fire. I'm really excited about that, because the one thing that I've prayed that Star Wars would do would be like, would you get the fuck away from Tatooine and the Skywalker story? Do you know what I mean?
Just get away from Jedi and Sith and just focus, like, because all the best Star Wars stuff these days are the non-Force users, like Mandalorian and Andor.
Andor was very good.
Even what was the movie with
Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the best Star Wars movie, and it had nothing to do. It had Vader at the end, which was dope.
Yeah,
but
well, you won't like this Acolyte trailer then, because it's nothing but loads of Jedis versus loads of Siths.
okay, well then I hope they go like high fucking anime fantasy with it, and just like let's see the Force and
I'm
blowing up planets.
I'm hopeful, but I just want them to remove themselves from and like KOTOR is a good excuse to do that, because it's based on a totally different storyline, and like a remake could be good. You could bring lots of extra cool lore out there into it. But yeah, so yeah, maybe we'll see it, maybe we won't. Jury's still out on Saber and Aspire and stuff.
Hopefully.
The next one's topical. We were just discussing Fallout. This one comes from Paul Tassi at Forbes, and it's about Fallout 4's next-gen update is kind of a mess. So Bethesda is riding high off the success of Amazon Prime's Fallout TV show, which has blown up interest in the last 4 Fallout games: Fallout 3, 4, New Vegas, and 76, increasing sales and player counts massively.
Whoa, wait, Bethesda doesn't have anything to do with Vegas, I thought.
It does, yeah. It wasn't developed by Bethesda, but it was published by them.
Oh, okay.
It was developed by what I don't know if they're called Obsidian back then. Was it Obsidian?
Ooh, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm not Fallout.
I think it's Obsidian or the studio that did it. They're the ones that do Outer Worlds. Anyway, sorry, Darren.
No, you're all good. You're all good by all means. It is great timing that Fallout 4 just got a next-gen update after many years, except that it is very much not going well. And for some, it's doing more harm than good to the game and reinforcing Bethesda's, quote, buggy reputation. So what's going on? Well, PlayStation players who got the game through PlayStation Plus Extra were not able to upgrade to the next-gen version, confusing many. Bethesda has now chimed in that it will indeed be available without explaining what happened, but hopefully at least that aspect will be cleared up soon. And I found a tweet from Bethesda that says, we've seen some confusion regarding the free Fallout 4 Next Gen update for PlayStation Plus Extra members. The Fallout 4 Next Gen update will be available to PlayStation Plus Extra members through the PlayStation Game catalog soon. Your patience is appreciated while the team work on this. Yeah, so they haven't said what the problem is at all. On PC, there's concern that this really did not do all that much and actually broke a lot of things. The number of bugs fixed is not all that many for an update supposedly this big. The update has broken a number of long-time Fallout 4 mods many players have been running for years and thrown future mod products into chaos. And while there is now ultra-wide support for the game, it stretches out the UI with no FOV slider to be able to fix that. The game is also still locked at 60 frames per second on PC and cannot go higher. Steam Deck users have had their settings wiped out by the update in addition to the above PC issues. And quality mode for the game is broken on Xbox Series X and S, according to reports. Disabling performance mode doesn't do anything, as the game stays at 60 frames per second and the resolution remains the same. This does not appear to be happening on PlayStation. This does seem to be going at least somewhat better on console than PC, which I suppose was the main focus of the next-gen update, given the next-gen consoles we're talking about. But it's not a great start, and many players excited to play an upgraded version of the game have been left disappointed. Perhaps this will be fixed in time, but it shouldn't have been rolled out with all these issues, that's for sure. I thought Bethesda was getting a bit better with this stuff. I legitimately did not have a single serious bug in my first Starfield playthrough, but this needed some more time and care. So my first question to you is, do you think this was rushed to match the release of the TV show?
Oh,
probably.
Yeah, that sounds pretty.
But I mean,
speculation.
I feel like we're just looking for excuses now. Like companies just keep doing this.
Bethesda especially though. I have a growing problem with Bethesda over the years, where it kind of goes back to, I think the worst example of it was in Fallout 76, obviously, which essentially was originally like a bootstrappy mod that someone in-house made for Fallout 4 to be like, hey, if I can mod this for online play. Like I can just make this, if we just do this for online play. And then someone higher up saw that someone had made an online mod for Fallout 4 and was like, oh, why don't we just release this as a game? Like, why don't we just not release the version as is, but like, why don't we take this and move on forward with this as a game project? And from talking to friends I know in the game industry who work on massively multiplayer online games, they're like, when it comes to an MMO, you can't do that. You have to design it as an MMO from the ground up.
Yeah,
you can't just like slap on a fucking add-on and bring that to mass market, which is what Bethesda did. And they didn't ask any questions the whole process, push it out. And it was a disaster.
Yeah, from the start. Yeah.
From the start and for years after. It's only in recent times that the community is starting to round out and they're starting to get back behind it and be like, hey, this is a game, play Fallout 76. There were some issues with Fallout 4 when it came out as well that were similar. Starfield seems to be like your man said in the article, a together and working game, but it doesn't inspire much in me.
No.
I don't know.
Isn't the best
and Fallout
game Not Las Vegas.
New Vegas.
New Vegas.
Yeah.
And it's not even developed by...
It's not, no. It's their engine and everything like that, but no, it wasn't developed by Bethesda. It's a weird track record that just makes me I kind of keep all new Bethesda releases kind of at arm's length.
Yeah, my next question was going to be, will Bethesda ever shake the mantle of the bug developer? But I guess by your answer there, like, you probably don't think that it'll ever...
I don't think so. And more, the thing that kind of annoys me the most about that article, which like one of the pieces of information in there, was that their update wiped out mod support for a lot of mods and like put the future of the modding community a little bit in jeopardy, like in uncertain terms.
Modding community is getting hit hard recently.
But specifically for Bethesda games, Bethesda, I think more than any other company, they make more money off their modding community than anyone else.
Oh, absolutely.
They still sell full price editions of Skyrim Special Edition, which is the one that supports all the mods, because it supports all the mods.
Yeah.
Like, imagine a sticker price 60 quid version of Skyrim in the year 2024, just because the modding community has done such an amazing job
At fixing the game.
for free at fixing
not
their
necessarily
game.
fixing, like, you can get it looking fucking good,
Like photoreal.
There's my buddies were playing a multiplayer mod, Skyrim, playing Skyrim multiplayer, which sounds like a fucking dream.
Pipe dream,
It was
all right,
buggy.
yeah.
It was buggy as shit. But I mean, what do you expect for someone just modding?
Yeah.
Something like that in. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, fucking with the mod, it keeps happening lately too. Did you hear like Nintendo just wiped out like 20 years worth of Gary's mod?
Oh, I saw that
mods?
he had to take everything down. Yeah, which is which is
Gary's
quite sad.
mod, right?
Yeah, I know Gmod. Yeah.
Yeah. Nintendo, I guess they're just drunk with power from their recent victory. They hit Gary's mod and like one of the modders for that game, because it's purely a modding sandbox game. He had to remove like 20 years worth of work because it was all like Nintendo stuff.
Whoa.
Power hungry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that.
gross.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me from Nintendo, because I guess Nintendo, at least when with their games are fully fleshed out, they're fine. Rarely you get a Nintendo game, new release that needs, the community to fix it or help make it more playable. Whereas Bethesda doing something like this. But again, it strikes me as like the next gen update releasing within weeks of the TV show coming out just screams to me like your man at the end. Sorry, who wrote the article? Just so I know, Paul Tassi at the end of this article does say that like it feels like it was rushed and it shouldn't have been. And to me, it's like when you think of the success The Last of Us had when they brought out the TV show and they had the port to PC of that was awful, but the console version of The Last of Us Part 1, which they remastered the whole thing, it looks amazing, made them so much money, because everyone who was like, I love this show, how can I play this game, is like, well, we have the first one brand new, like here's a flashy new game, and it made them loads of money. So I think Fallout was looking at this being like, yo guys, this update needs to be out within the weeks. I mean, people buy more Fallout games. Oh well, Bethesda. This next one's pretty funny because I hate the choices. So this next one is BAFTA announces the most iconic video game character. This is coming from BAFTA themselves by Augustine Wekixton, I think is his surname. So BAFTA has revealed the results of its landmark players poll to establish the most iconic video games character of all time. Launched to celebrate the 20th BAFTA Game Awards on Thursday, the 11th of April, the poll was engaged with by over 4,000 players from all over the world. Today's top 20 list features characters of all shapes and sizes, from anthropomorphic animals to gun-wielding spies, and brings together the most recognizable faces from across the world of games. These characters and the games in which they star boast a collective 44 BAFTA Game Awards between them over the past 2 decades, and make up some of the best-loved entries into the canon of video game history, and some of the most memorable characters of any medium. Before I go on, I think I might have already put this up in the chat, but do you guys know who won?
I have no idea. No,
I did
no research for this episode.
No, hey, I got you covered, Chris. You're just here to comment.
I mean, if it's
just out of curiosity, if
it's
you don't
Mario,
know,
it has to be Mario, in my opinion. But
that was my question. Okay, so taking the number one spot is a generation-spanning heroine, Lara Croft, star of the Tomb Raider
Lara Croft
franchise.
is number one.
Yep.
Number one winner.
Yep. Oh, I've got the top 20 and it's not good. Taking the number one spot is a generation.
There's a certain community behind the choices for that.
Yeah. And it's recent as well. You'll see the recency bias in the top 20 when I get there. Lara Croft first appeared in 1996, nearly 3 decades ago, and since then has been remastered and evolved several times for television, film, video games, and even her own live immersive experience in London. This year alone, Tomb Raider 1 to 3 Remastered was released across multiple platforms, and the highly anticipated Netflix show Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft is scheduled for release later in the year. Shelley Blond, the original voice of Lara Croft, who will also present an award at the 20th BAFTA Games Awards on Thursday, 11th of April. This is obviously old news. In the official ceremony hosted at Queen Elizabeth Hall in London. That's pretty cool. Jumping into second spot is Mario. Of the Nintendo franchise, created by the legendary Japanese game designer and recipient of BAFTA's prestigious fellowship, Shigeru Miyamoto. Mario has been the face of Nintendo and a highly recognizable character.
Face of video games, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And the wider world of video games since he first appeared as Jumpman in the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong. Since then, Mario has featured in many games, including this year's BAFTA-nominated game. So it goes on to talk about the third one there. But I want to see top... Oh, God. This list, oh my God. Top 5, right? We got Lara Croft, Mario. Luke, Chris, any guesses as to number 3?
I want to put my boy Donkey Kong in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting Donkey Kong in the top
number
5.
3. What about you, Luke?
Fortnite Dance Man.
Fortnite Dance Man. Jonesy is his name, in case you're wondering.
What?
The main character from Fortnite is called Jonesy.
I didn't know there was a main character in Fortnite.
So that means he's on this list.
I'm
That's
so
the
out of
only
touch.
reason Darren would know his name.
I knew it from the because there was the talk of who would get the last spot in Smash Brothers, and that's when I first got
Jonesy.
was
Okay.
his name. No, number 3 is actually Agent 47 from Hitman.
Number 3 is Agent 47.
Okay, so Agent 47 is above the Chief, who I'm assuming has to be on this list too.
Is the Chief in the top 5?
No, Chief's not in the top 5.
That's fucking bullshit. That is bullshit. Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic the Hedgehog has made the top 5, yeah.
Okay, that's...
He's number 4.
Crash Bandicoot?
Crash Bandicoot has made the list, but...
He's there somewhere.
Wait, he's not even in the top 10.
Okay.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot's old news. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'd be very surprised if he was in the top 5.
To me, I'd be surprised if he was in the top 5, but I thought he would have made the top 10 as he was an iconic character for like when PlayStation was really kicking into gear.
It could be our own bias. Like, it could be when we came up through video games like Crash and Spyro and all.
Some of these names are not like some of these. I can't believe they've chosen some characters in this list.
Is Pac-Man on here?
Pac-Man has made the top.
Okay,
10.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Number 5 is also very disappointing. As much as I like him and he's fine, I've got nothing against him. Is Sackboy from Little Big Planet is number 5.
Okay. The icon of the PlayStation 3 generation.
Fanboyism here too, I think. Because I think Tomb Raider is PlayStation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I think it's everything now, but back in the day it was PlayStation.
And Hitman is above Master Chief. Yeah, there's
some PlayStation bias going on here. I don't like.
I definitely think so.
Yeah. Number 6 is Pac-Man. Number 7 is Link. Number 8.
Link. Jeez.
Forgot about that guy.
Yeah. Pretty big deal. And number 8 is Master Chief. Number 9 is
Mega Man.
No, Kratos.
Mega Man's not. Oh, that Kratos.
Number 10 is disgusting. Shadow Heart from Baldur's Gate 3.
I don't even know who that is.
No, and most people like.
That's one of my. She's the cleric bae.
I need to look up a photo.
But she's not like. Baldur's Gate 3 was a great game, but how the hell is she made
from Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah. How has she made it in here?
You can't be iconic when you're only around for a year.
Yeah. You can't be, and like she's an okay character, but like I haven't seen her on the face of posters and shit.
I don't recognize. I'm looking at photos of her now.
No one would. The reason she's on this list is bullshit.
It's recency bias.
Recency bias for sure, right? We go down the list. Number 11 is Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm a big fan, but I'm surprised he made the list.
I wouldn't say iconic. I couldn't even tell you what he looks like. Just you show me a picture of any
Cowboy.
and I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Arthur Morgan. Number 12 is Pikachu.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Kirby on this? Kirby might have fallen off.
Kirby is not on the list, no.
Okay.
Number 13 is Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fair.
Number 14 is Solid Snake.
Yep, I knew he was going to be on here too.
Who?
Solid Snake?
Solid Snake, yeah. Crash Bandicoot is 15.
Okay.
16 is Cloud Strife, which I think, considering all the media, makes sense.
Especially, I think, definitely the most iconic from Final Fantasy franchise. So.
17, Asterion from Baldur's Gate 3. How are there 2 Baldur's Gate 3 characters?
Who's this person?
Also from Baldur's Gate 3.
But
That's the
what does he look like?
The vampire, the sexy vampire.
Oh, I did. That's the one character from Baldur's Gate I do know.
Sexy vampire.
And his like voice actor is really good.
Yeah, his voice actor is cool too.
He won the Game Awards.
Yeah. Shouldn't be an iconic character.
No.
He'll be old news in like fucking 4 months' time. Do you know what I mean?
Apparently, the Asterion is also a part of your skull. Sorry.
There we go. We learn something new every day.
Didn't find a photo when I googled him.
Number 18 is Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza. I mean, there's been enough of them, but I wouldn't say iconic. I didn't even know his name, you know?
I thought you were about to say Kazuya, but...
To me, it would have been more iconic, I think.
Oh, yeah, fuck. We're running out of slots for any fighting game.
We've only got 2 slots left, and I can tell you, none of them are from fighting games.
No, Ryu's not in here?
Ryu's not in here.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. Number 19 is Ellie Williams from The Last of Us.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Eddie Williams?
Ellie from The Last of Us. The girl.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was like,
the girl.
Eddie.
And number 20, which I think is a reasonable one, is Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
So it starts with
Lara
Croft and ends with male Lara Croft. Okay.
How crazy is that top 20 though?
It's brutal. It is laughable.
That is the top 20 of someone very specific. Like, you know that gamer.
But it's a poll. It's 4,000 people.
Yeah.
And this is the top 20 of those 4,000 people, which I just think is just so crazy.
I can describe that person. Like, I can describe that gamer who comes up with that. I know it is a 4,000 people. It's crowdsourced and stuff.
Yeah. But you're right, Luke. Or the twos are right. Like, in terms of the PlayStation bias here is crazy. Like, you've got Lara Croft to be considered PlayStation. Agent 47, I think, was PlayStation first. Sackboy. Kratos. Shadowheart. Solid Snake. Crash Bandicoot. Cloud Strife. Asterion, essentially. Ellie Williams. And Nathan Drake. Like, there's like 75 to 80% of that list is PlayStation games, which is crazy.
That was awful.
It was...
That was off.
No, so like no Ryu, no Kirby, and Kirby I could take or leave, but I wouldn't have been surprised to see Kirby in there. No Tekken characters, and that's not even from my bias. Like Tekken's a big...
No Fox McCloud, no... Like...
Yeah, Lilac Wars, think of the old like Nintendo games as well.
Not surprised.
I never played Star
I love
Fox.
Star Fox, but like I mean, there's 3 Star Fox games.
No Mega Man.
And
no Mega
Man is shocker. But then again, there hasn't been a new Mega Man in...
But it's iconic, like and this is what I mean is you're right. There hasn't been, and that's definitely playing a part in this
list.
Voted
in by like 4,000 like 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like,
I could see
there hasn't been a new Mega Man in like 22 years.
Yeah, true. I could see that argument because if this was done like 20 years ago and someone put Dig Dug on the list, you'd be like, fucking Dig Dug.
Yeah,
there hasn't been a Dig Dug game in forever. But like, he is iconic.
But it's iconic. It's like, who's your favorite recent video game character? Like, that's this poll, you know?
Yeah.
That's this poll.
Because, I mean, I don't know what world Mario isn't.
Number one.
Yeah.
Clearing up, but like, if anything, they do like some sort of disclaimers, like Mario's not on this list because
he's the obvious choice.
There's just no competition there.
And Lara Croft, so bizarre. And I've got nothing against Lara Croft, but when you talk about like the Nathan Drake and Ellie being on that list from recent TV shows and movies, I'm like, okay, I can see why they're on there. But like, how do you pick Lara Croft over Mario? How do you pick Agent 47 over fucking anyone? Like,
Agent 47
over Solid Snake and the Chief. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
It's Agent 47, the most generic man-looking man in existence. I'm like me being Xbox Game Pass person. Like, I'm an Xbox boy all the way down. I feel like Nintendo should be way more represented in this than it has been, because Nintendo just have iconic like Link, and they have just continuously beat us over the head with their franchises for decades in really cool and creative ways. But Link is always at the top, Mario is always at the top, Kirby maybe not so much, but they have like so many characters that they could just... Why isn't there more Nintendo? Why isn't it more highly rated?
Yeah,
I don't know.
And it should be, but that's what I mean. This is a who's your favorite recent video game character list. It's not an iconic poll.
Makes me feel good that like my iconic video game character, like my favorite, is just like not even considered for these lists. Makes me feel like unique.
Who's yours?
Donkey Kong.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
I fucking love Donkey Kong.
Yeah. I mean, for me, saying Sora would be bullshit because I know he's not iconic.
It's still way more iconic than half that list.
Way more iconic than Agent 47.
Yeah.
Or Asterion from Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, come on. Sora was like, people love it, like, you know, and have for a long time.
I'll give Sora a win for that one.
Yes. Yeah. I'm still trying to slip in. I got a little bit lazy there trying to slip in a Kingdom Hearts reference into every episode of the podcast, but I brought it back last week. Craig was very disappointed in me, but we're back. So let's just put that horrible poll to bed and move on to the next topic. Luke, you put me onto this one last night. Our friend Niall had put you onto this, which is quite an interesting one. I read it and my blood boiled a little bit. Classic. God, companies are awful.
Oh, I already know what this article is. Yeah.
Escape from Tarkov breaks promises. This is coming from Can Saranac Games Radar. So, Escape from Tarkov developers have announced that the upcoming PvE mode, previously paywalled behind a premium $250 edition of the shooter, will be available to all players when the game exits its nearly 8-year-long beta period. Iconic extraction shooter Escape from Tarkov has been engulfed in controversy this week after announcing the jaw-dropping $250 unheard edition that bundles in a unique weapon, an enhanced stash, other pay-to-win extras, and an exclusive PvE mode that wouldn't be available separately. The news stung especially hard for players who had bought Escape from Tarkov's Edge of Darkness edition, which has now been delisted, which once promised access to all future DLCs as well as older content. Developer Battlestate Games attempted to extinguish the fire by offering the new offline PvE mode to all players, but only for 6 months. A solution that obviously didn't sit well with many players and Edge of Darkness owners. Battlestate Games tried to categorize the mode as a feature rather than a DLC, and that's one definition that they're now tripling down on. Sorry, my mic's doing a weird thing. There we go. Battlestate Games studio head Nick Boyanov took to Reddit earlier today on April 27th, attempting to reverse course even further. Quote, we observe your dissatisfaction and have decided that the functionality of the PvE mode will be available for free to all owners of the EOD version at the release of the game when the server infrastructure will be improved to the required capacity, end quote. Boyanov claims that early access to the game mode is still paywalled because PvE functionality is, quote, located entirely on a separate network infrastructure, and the team do not have the required amount of resources to loop in Edge of Darkness owners. Another explanation that hasn't exactly sat well with the player base. Escape from Tarkov players will soon be able to buy early access to the currently unpriced PvE mode, while Edge of Darkness owners will get a 70% discount on the mode and a 50% discount for an upgrade to the $250 unheard edition. Despite making such changes, Boyanov still tripled down on the studio's questionable definition of DLC. Quote, DLC in our understanding is the major additions to the game, including various functionality and content that are released after the official release of the game as a themed DLC. He sort of explains. PvE game modes are not DLC. Well,
$250. It's
insane money.
You know what? I can't help but it just think that it screams money laundering.
Laundering, yeah.
It is such a obnoxiously high price for just something that isn't worth $250. That, it sounds like money laundering to me.
Like it's in we expect X amount of play. I mean, how many people will actually go in for an extra $250 on a game? Mental. Is Escape from Tarkov free to play currently because it's in beta?
Oh, I actually don't know. I don't know what the price point of Tarkov
I
is.
don't think it's free to play. No.
I don't think so.
What was funny about this, Luke, is that I looked at a couple of articles after you sent this to me, and I looked at the timeline for the update, and it was like they released this on the evening of the 26th. By the morning of the 27th, they backpedaled once. By the evening of the 27th, they backpedaled twice. It's in sorry, we'll give you this. We'll give you this.
Yeah.
We'll give you this. And it never... It's like the whole way through, you're like, it's so... The part that annoys me the most is like, hey, it's going to be free to everybody when the game exits beta.
Yes.
A beta, it's been in for 8 years. So, is there a time for when it comes out of beta?
That was a kind of a scummy side of this, was that, they were kind of saying that, the people who got the EOD edition will get it someday.
Yeah.
Like everybody else. Like, you'll get it when it comes out of beta. It seems like they're using a $250 price point as the entry level for the beta test of the PvE experience. Like, that's bringing it into the beta model, and they're going to get these $250 buy-in people to beta test it for them. And then it's going to be in the full version. Everyone's going to have it, which was a run back that they did in previous days. As well as that, the EOD people are getting... That also really made my blood boil a bit as well, because the people who bought EOD, which is like a season pass that guarantees you all future DLC.
And I think that was EOD, I could be wrong, but I think that was $100 to get EOD.
Yeah,
and promised all future DLC because of the price point.
Yeah. I'd be curious about the amount of purchases made through gift cards for this $250.
Chris is
I'm sure this is money laundering.
You think some kind of financial crimes are being committed. Yeah, no. So they basically, with the EOD people, they've rolled out this new, basically plan to a list of things that kind of placate everyone who has gotten this and is upset, like, which includes like a priority queue for Tarkov as well. Like, that's one of the things that EOD members are getting, and it's just loads of tiny perks to try and smooth over the. I love that line in the article you read where it says, I think it said their response was, "Your dissatisfaction has been observed."
Oh my god, yeah, that's
what a line.
It's such a like inhuman. We observe your dissatisfaction.
Yeah. We observe your dissatisfaction, and like they're just not backing down from their strategy. They're just kind of throwing a bunch of plasters at the people who, like, people loyal to the game who already bought the season pass. These are early adopters because, like you said, the EOD is no longer listed. Like, you can't buy it anymore. So these are people from like way early in the dev cycle. These are your hardcore fans, and you're like, yeah, no, you can't have it though.
I can't do that. Here's my question to you, right? So the Unheard edition, which is costing $250, it bundles in a unique weapon, an enhanced stash, whatever that means, other pay-to-win extras, and an exclusive PvE mode. Yeah. Is that DLC?
100%. Yeah.
Chris, is that DLC in your mind?
I mean, is it extra content that you download?
Is it downloadable content?
Yeah.
Is it DLC? Yes, it is DLC. This is actually another tiny factor that you just mentioned, which is annoying. It brings in pay to win elements as well. Like, Tarkov is about not losing. Like, you have a bag full of crap and it's an extraction shooter. You're just trying to get through without dying. When you die, you lose all your stuff. I think the idea is that, like, you have a slightly bigger inventory, so you can lose less stuff. So you have a better chance of winning or beating it. I've never played Tarkov, but how it was explained to me was that you have a better chance of, like, getting out and having more of your stuff when you get out if you have the expanded inventory. So this is like a pay to win element that they've just brought in, which is so unnecessary.
So unnecessary, yeah. Well, there's another one for the bin. And I think that's the part that I find the saddest, is that you buy this. It's what I have, like, it's my problem with the digital world, and that, like, nothing is yours. Nothing is yours. Nothing that people say online can ever be, you know, taken as legitimate. The fact that you would buy the Edge of Darkness game and say, hey, future DLCs are all yours, free of charge, because this is an expensive edition of the game to buy. It's $100. And then they can come out and say, well, this thing that is future content you download is not DLC, so it's not classified, and you'll have to pay for this as well. It's total and utter bullshit. I was reading a couple articles of it last night, Luke, and I just got angrier and angrier because it is...
Overwatch 2 did a similar thing, because, like, the whole push for Overwatch 2 is like, yeah, we're going to have this new PvE mode, and now they've completely scrapped it.
Yeah.
Why did we jump ship from Overwatch 1, which was already a much better game
and
than this?
Super successful. The Overwatch 2 decision was a strange one, because Overwatch 1 was still super successful at the time that they announced. Like, I didn't think they needed to go for, like, just keep updating number one, like, do what everybody else is doing with these seasonal pass type games.
Yeah.
The only way that makes sense is if they had a selling point for Overwatch 2, which was the PvE mode, which then went away. And it was like, what?
What do we do now?
There is a little tiny extra bit at the end. This is at the end of the Forbes article. Forbes, by the way, has been killing it with games journalism.
A lot of the, like, when I'm looking at, like, because I look at, like, things that I see in the headline news, and I'll always check out a few articles to see which one I like the most. Forbes articles have, like, I think I've included a couple of Forbes articles over the last couple of months, and I'm surprised by it. I'm like, Forbes commenting on the gaming industry.
Yeah, Forbes are on their stuff. So this is from the end of the article. I'll get the author of the article now in a second. But the very end of the article is, the move also comes at a very bad time, given that Grey Zone Warfare, a game many see as a competitor to Tarkov, has just wrapped up its first public streamer test, which has gone down incredibly well with fans. With public sentiment towards Tarkov being very low, many fans are hoping they can get their hands on GZW sooner rather than later. And that was from Mike Stubbs' article.
So they literally just fired a missile at their own ship.
Yeah, like right at what seems to be a pretty bad time to do it. Like,
batshit crazy price point.
Yeah. For money laundering, says Chris.
Yeah,
we laugh now, but Chris is going to be in 3 months' time when this.
We get a news article like, that they're done for it. I suppose. Well, it makes me very disappointed. I'm sad to see it. And if everyone jumps ship and goes to what is essentially the competitor there, and that's hugely successful for them and bad for the guys who come to Tarkov, it's like, I'm just happy to say you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, Keanu Reeves is going to voice Shadow the Hedgehog.
I'm wondering like other reasons the company like maybe
$250 is like
crazy. It's crazy. Like maybe one of the higher ups like secretly invested in their competition, and they're just like, let's sink this ship.
Insider trading.
But you're right, Chris. I've just read out what it is. It's like, here's a bundled weapon, some extra stash, some pay-to-win aspects, and a PvE experience for the triple the price. Yeah, exactly. It's insane. I can't understand. But Tommy Lethbridge from Screen Rant is going to tell us about Keanu Reeves taking the voice of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Save us, Tommy.
Save us. A lighter note. Keanu Reeves confirmed casting as Shadow for the upcoming sequel, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. As an exciting development for the video game-based action movie, but the move also makes the franchise's future direction all but inevitable. After the success of the first two films, Sonic has already released a Knuckles spin-off series, highlighting the franchise's potential for expansion. However, while several Sonic characters could be suitable for similar treatment, Reeves' arrival indicates a clear story preference. Despite long-standing rumors that Star Wars star Hayden Christensen would appear as Shadow, Reeves has been officially confirmed in the role. As perhaps the most iconic supporting character in the Sonic universe, Shadow has the potential to be a huge presence both in Sonic 3's story and future installments in the series. A recurring character in the game since his debut in 2001, Shadow has been both an ally and enemy of Sonic, making him one of the most enigmatic and flexible characters in the series. However, while some supporting roles might be relegated to the sidelines, Shadow looks set to play a major part moving forward. The fact that a major star like Keanu Reeves has been selected to play Shadow strongly suggests that the character will be the next subject of a Sonic spin-off series. Had Sonic 3 set out to use the iconic anti-hero in a limited one-and-done capacity, it seemed much more likely that filmmakers would have avoided elevating his profile too high. Instead, they could have opted for a more reserved approach where Shadow's status would be more dictated by audience reaction. As it stands, Reeves' high profile means that Shadow will likely be a primary focus of the story, paving the way for extended involvement in the franchise. Further evidence that a Shadow project will follow Sonic 3 comes to the franchise's track record. For instance, Sonic 2 cast major star Idris Elba as Knuckles before producing a separate Knuckles TV spin-off in which Elba reprised his role. Given the success of the blueprint, combined with Reeves' greater profile and Shadow's pre-existing popularity, it seems highly likely that the character is being set up for similar treatment. So I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves. I also like Shadow the Hedgehog.
I hate Shadow the Hedgehog. I think he's brutal. He was a mistake.
Oh,
Doesn't
really?
he, like roller skate around? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Shoots
man.
guns, robs cars.
Yeah, he's like the GTA, the GTA character of the Sonic world.
And he's just like, I don't know, he's just too dark and edgy, like black and red. It's just like every like 14-year-old kid's wet dream.
Excuse me, 2001, I was a 12-year-old kid and he was perfect for me. I was like, I've loved Shadow the Hedgehog ever since. My own problem with this, and I think we've talked about this before, maybe the three of us, I love Keanu Reeves, but I don't like the idea that these big A-list star actors are cutting out possible really good up-and-coming voice actors to take these roles. Like that story makes perfect sense as to why they've done it. Like, let's get Keanu Reeves in here. Everyone loves Keanu Reeves, a big name, and we'll do another series to make more money in the future because we've got Keanu Reeves on board. But I hate the fact that I've got Keanu Reeves doing Shadow. I just like someone I know less. And to create it, because I'm just going to see Shadow the Hedgehog and be like, "There's Keanu Reeves," and not be like, "There's Shadow the Hedgehog."
Yeah, it's the
Keanu Reeves might just be like done with, not done, but like not really into filming movies anymore. He's getting old and like he's getting thrown downstairs for like John Wick and shit. And
that scene in John Wick 4 had me laughing in the cinema so hard.
Yeah, I think he's just like, he likes the pace of voice acting, so he's just like taking on those jobs. And the thing is, like, because we love Keanu Reeves so much, it doesn't matter what part he picks. Like, he can't ruin his credibility or his career, his reputation. Yes, sorry.
And in fairness to him, I haven't played through Cyberpunk in its entirety, but my brother has, and he said that he reckons that Keanu Reeves' voice acting in Cyberpunk is probably his most professional. Like, it's his best acting out of any movie he's ever been in or anything. He was like, no, it's so believable in Cyberpunk compared to...
I agree entirely. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Keanu Reeves is... People hate it when I say this, but he's very one note in his movies. Like,
yeah.
Constantine, Neo, what else was it? They're all like the same character. He's just like... John Wick, yeah.
And Point Break kind of up. Like, Point Break, he was like this surfer-ish cop, serious cop, but then he's like very one note. That was a really popular criticism of him through the 2000s. But yeah, absolutely. But it's cool. Yeah, I think your brother's right. I think he absolutely smashed it in Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
and
he's got an eye for.
I think he's got chops. Yeah, I think he's got chops.
Johnny Silverhand wasn't an iconic character, but fucking Asterion was. I don't know about that.
Oh man, that's going to annoy me forever. My last question before we finish the episode, just before I go on, did you guys see Sonic 1 and 2?
Yep, loved them.
No.
Do you think Sonic 3, Chris, will be good?
Yeah.
Sonic 1 and 2 are great, man.
Yep.
I haven't seen them. No.
Luke, you're missing out. And I didn't go near Sonic because I was like, well, at first I thought he looked horrific when that all happened.
He did look horrific.
You know, when they first released the pictures of him, which I still believe to be a PR stunt potentially. Mm-hmm. But no, Sonic 1 was an incredibly enjoyable film for me. And then they released Sonic 2 and I was like, this is still smashing. And then they ended the whole post-credit scene. They did a Marvel on it. You got a post-credit scene of Shadow the Hedgehog. And I was like, oh yeah, give me a Sonic 3.
Did he talk in the post-credit scene?
No, it was just I think him being released from whatever chamber he was in or something like that to that effect. Yeah,
cool.
So
I heard Jim Carrey might not be.
No, he's come back.
He is? Okay.
Yeah. So Jim Carrey said he was retiring after Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was going to be his last movie, but I think they managed to convince him to come back and take Robotnik for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It'd be so weird for Jim Carrey after all the films and stuff that he did that he retires on a Sonic movie. You know?
Oh, but I hated the idea of him as Robotnik at first, but like it works for me.
Yeah,
man.
And he was good in 1, but number 2 they kind of gave him the iconic like the mustache and everything.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's why I hated him in 1. Like when I first saw him in 1, I was like, that's not my Robotnik. But now he's just like
he's very much he's very much the Robotnik in 2. I guess that's it, guys. That's it for news in April. I was going to say for the post show, we usually do more news, but April was a bit quiet. So if you guys are okay, we're going to do the Battle Royale, another round of the Battle Royale for the post show.
Let's do it.
Yeah. If you guys are interested in that, our listeners, you can check out our Patreon where all of our post show stuff is done at patreon.com/the gift of gaming. For the cost of a coffee a month, there's just tons more stuff you can listen to there. And if there's any news we missed out on that you think should have been put in for the old April version, you can email us and I probably won't read it at thegiftofgamingpodcast@gmail.com. No, I'm kidding. I would very much like to read your emails.
You would make his day.
Yeah, I would. It really would. Until next time, to our listeners, Chris and Luke, thank you very much. And to our listeners, as always and forever, keep enjoying the gift that is gaming. Peace out.